Welcome to the Unified Afterlife Framework, a scientific, spiritual, and experiential model of conscious survival and interdimensional communication. Created by Ronnie Tsunami, an expert in afterlife and consciousness, and founder of the Paranormal Learning Center, this framework is designed to bridge the gap between science and spirituality, offering insights into the mysteries of life beyond physical existence. Science asks for evidence, seeking measurable phenomena and repeatable results that explain consciousness and survival. Spirituality, on the other hand, asks for belief, trusting in experiences, intuition, and openness to what cannot always be measured. The Unified Afterlife Framework bridges these worlds, providing a clear, understandable model that explains how consciousness continues and how loved ones can still communicate, helping you recognize the signs that so many people experience. Have you experienced synchronicities, dream visitations, intuitive nudges, or felt presence? These signs are meaningful coincidences, dreams that feel more real than imagination, sudden knowing without logical explanation, and sensing a loved one near you. This blueprint will help you understand why these experiences occur and how they fit into a larger, scientifically coherent reality. You deserve more than vague explanations or superstition. You deserve clarity. This framework helps you understand survival beyond physical death, recognize communication with loved ones, interpret signs you may already be having, reduce fear by replacing uncertainty with understanding, integrate science with modern research, and find support for your search for meaning and reassurance. It respects both your intelligence and your intuition. The journey of consciousness is a path you can visualize, starting with the consciousness field, your brain as a receiver, frequency shift at death, higher dimensional continuation, communication bridge, and signs you experience. This is the path your consciousness follows, and the path your loved ones follow too. Consciousness is not confined to your body. It does not end when your body ends. Evidence suggests that the brain functions more like a receiver of consciousness, not the source. Just like a radio doesn't create music but receives it, your brain doesn't create consciousness. It receives and filters it. Your awareness transcends physical form. Everything, sound, light, matter, thought, is frequency. Your consciousness is no exception. This understanding is why death isn't destruction. It's a transition of your frequency, just like switching to a new channel. Reality is vibration, and your consciousness is part of this vibrational reality. Higher dimensions aren't far away or unreachable. They exist within the same space you occupy right now, but at different vibrational levels. Time behaves differently, awareness expands, communication is instantaneous, and identity stays intact. Your loved ones didn't go anywhere far, they shifted dimensions. As your physical body stops, your consciousness simply releases its anchor to this dimension. You rise, you expand, you continue. Supported by quantum physics principles, near-death experience reports, documented awareness during clinical brain inactivity, and consistent cross-cultural accounts, death is not a loss. It's a liberation from physical constraints and a transition to higher frequency existence. Have you ever thought of someone and immediately seen a sign? Or had a dream that felt more like a visit than imagination? That's resonance at work. Your emotional state, frequency alignment, bridge forms, and communication occurs through signs, feelings, or messages. When your emotional or mental state aligns with their vibrational state, a temporary bridge forms between dimensions. Your internal state affects the signal. When you are calm, centered, reflective, open, and loving, your consciousness becomes more coherent, making it easier for your loved ones to reach you. Conversely, when you are stressed, anxious, fearful, or emotionally turbulent, the signal becomes noisy and harder to receive clearly. This is why the clearest signs often appear when you are at peace, in meditation, nature, or quiet reflection. Love is not just emotion, it's energy, frequency, structure. It is the strongest bridge between dimensions, keeping you connected across them. Emotional moments, meaningful dates, dream visitations, and perfect timing are signs that appear with unmistakable personal significance. Love transcends physical separation and continues across dimensions. The journey your consciousness follows includes 5 phases: life in the physical world, release of biological filter, frequency elevation, stabilized afterlife identity, and interdimensional communication. You retain the ability to communicate through synchronicity, EVP, dream contact, and intuitive impressions, continuing as your personality, memories, and sense of connection remain intact. Phase 1 is life in the physical world, where consciousness uses the brain interface to learn and grow. Phase 2 is the release of the biological filter, where your brain stops filtering frequencies and your perception expands dramatically. This marks the transition from physical limitations to a broader awareness. Phase 3 is frequency elevation, where you shift upward into a higher frequency dimension, feeling lighter and more expansive, with clarity of thought and perception. Phase 4 is stabilized afterlife identity, where you continue as you, with your unique personality, memories, and sense of connection to loved ones. You don't become someone else, you become more fully yourself. In Phase 5, you and your loved ones retain the ability to communicate across dimensions. Synchronicity, EVP, dream contact, intuitive impressions, physical signs, and sensory experiences are not supernatural events. They are consequences of how consciousness behaves across dimensions. Your energy field creates tangible experiences, allowing for meaningful interactions. Now that you understand the mechanics, you can start recognizing the ways communication actually happens. Feeling their presence, emotional waves or warmth, meaningful coincidences, and sudden knowing are experiences in your consciousness without logical explanation. You can interpret these experiences with confidence instead of doubt. Your loved ones still exist in a higher frequency dimension, conscious and aware, with their identity, memories, and personality intact. They can interact with you through communication bridges, and you can recognize their messages when you understand the mechanics. Love continues across dimensions, and you are eternal and supported, as consciousness is interconnected and never truly ends. The Unified Afterlife Framework is a structured, evidence-aligned understanding of how reality actually works. It integrates quantum physics principles, near-death experience research, consciousness studies, documented paranormal phenomena, cross-cultural spiritual traditions, and personal experiential evidence. This framework gives you a coherent model that respects both scientific rigor and lived experience. The Unified Afterlife Framework shows that consciousness survives death, continues as a higher frequency field of identity, and remains able to communicate through resonance, coherence, and the enduring frequency of love. You are eternal. You are connected. You are never truly alone.